Everyone, Happy New Year. I want to talk today about two things, and that is setting your goal and achieving that goal. So these are Dharma. They are a type of like paper mache doll from Japan. I think it's Gunma Prefecture where most of them are made. And they are kind of your reminder to, if you set a goal, to achieve it. Now, this one here I had originally received, and this was my Dharma for painting the first eye to set my goal to achieve my black belt in karate. And then when I achieved it in 2023, I painted the other eye. But the entire time, every time I saw this little guy just staring at me, he's kind of, look how angry he is. He reminded me that I needed to work out or practice, so I kept doing it until I tested. Now this one here that I received later, I started studying Kobudo much later, as I've talked about in earlier videos. Much later after practicing karate, and I recently, or not that long ago, painted this eye to achieve not my black belt but my brown belt, and that's because if I want to have achieved that level of basic understanding of the main tools in Kobudo before going back to Okinawa to practice it there, because the first time I ever did it in Okinawa, I had never done it before, so I didn't know anything. So I want to have that at least basic level of proficiency before I go training with a group over there again. And so I'm working towards that. Is this my 2025 goal? I don't think so, but I may achieve it in 2025. This is my Dharma goal. So whether it happens in 2025, which I'd like it to, or the next year, it will happen. But my 2025 goal for me is to improve on language. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about setting your goal and then not quitting, because we all set our goal, or many of us set our goals on January 1st, and mine is to improve language, not for the thought of testing on something, but the thought of knowing that I can have conversation with people. That's, to me, that's more important, is having conversation. So I want to get more conversational before my next visit overseas. That's my goal that I'd like to achieve. I'm not going to quit. So I've been doing this long enough where I've set the habit. And so setting the habit is what allows you to continue throughout the year into the years beyond. Setting that goal is just setting a goal and not acting upon it is what causes us to quit. Studies have shown that when you set your New Year's resolution for January 1st, typically 80% of people by the second Friday after they set their New Year's resolution quit and don't continue it for the rest of the year. So instead of quitting your New Year's resolution, why don't you mark your calendar and use that day as your quitter's day for quitting a bad habit? Keep your goal that you set for January 1st. And then on January 10th, I think is the second Friday of 2025, use that as to mark that day to quit something that you don't want to continue. In my case, it's going to be sugary snacks. I've already quit sugary drinks in the past. Now it's got to be sugary snacks because, man, I love cookies. I eat a lot, maybe more than I should, especially with coffee or milk. So I need to either just not snack on things, or especially late at night. That's cookies and milk is like my Achilles heel. But that's going to be my quitter's day resolution, and to continue practicing language throughout the year until I improve. And I won't notice it right away as you're practicing these things. You set that New Year's resolution, check yourself 3 months in the future. Don't check yourself daily. Check yourself 6 months from then, 9 months from then, and then 1 year, and then you will see a noticeable change. So what are your goals? If you set your goal already, then figure out a plan to move forward with it. And maybe something to remind you to continue. And then mark that calendar for a day to quit not your goal, but quit something that may be interfering with other aspects of your life. So that's what I want to talk about today. So let's stay motivated and keep doing this throughout the year. My next video, I want to talk about maybe something that's kind of related, is inspiration, motivation, and why you set that goal. Language isn't my only goal. I actually have multiple goals that I'm constantly working towards. But if you want to quantify something, that's what the New Year's resolution is good for. So everyone, have a good day and Happy New Year. Stay motivated.